Interface Video presents the Lancaster Festival, live from downtown Lancaster. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan makes it easy to take control of your personal finances and build your wealth. You can access your accounts 24/7 with online banking, bill paying, and debit MasterCard. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, checking, savings, and home loans, online and on the go. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Also brought to you by Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, Walker Shoe Center, Buckeye Lake Marina, South Central Power, the Fairfield County Parks, Fairhope Hospice and Palliative Care, Dagger Johnston, Miller, Ogilvy and Hampson, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Ohio University Lancaster, the Frame Shop, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Hello friends, all next week we'll be live downtown and have a real variety of shows, guests and groups to talk about. Oftentimes we'll have clips from whatever went on the previous night, which will happen in a little bit here. And then we'll have something from across the street, which we will do that later in our show today because the bandstand starts right, I guess, about 12:15. So it'll be going pretty quickly. So we invite you to be with us all week, today and then all next week, Monday through Friday at about noon. We'll be on for about 40-45 minutes, and we think you'll find it varied and quite interesting. We hope a lot of fun. Pleasure to open up today with our good friend. It's an annual visit here, Judy Rare, and you are here annually, but the one thing not here today is the rain.
It's the rain, correct. It seems to rain every time I come.
I don't know how that occurs, but whenever we ask Judy on, it is the rain. We don't know why that is, but today you're good.
I know. I just brought sunshine today.
And heat. And heat. Judy is one of our favorite people to talk to because other than Deb Connell, which we'll have on in a little bit, who is the director of the Lancaster Festival. I don't know of a busier girl in the Lancaster Festival. I can't even begin to run down the events. Why don't you tell us what this week, some are festival related, some are not, but tell us some of the events that you'll be covering this week.
Well, the first thing we're going to do is my flute group, Flutasia, is going to play Sunday at the 6th Avenue United Methodist Church, and we've done that for several years now. And then next Saturday, the Lancaster Summer Youth Band will play in the morning at 10, and then followed by the Lancaster Community Band, which is at 11 that day. And the Summer Youth Band is actually sponsored by the Community Band. So, and then I've got my band stuff, my regular band stuff at school, marching band and things like that.
Well, I was going to mention that too. Judy, of course, runs all the music out at Fisher Catholic, and you've got band camp starting next week too. Good timing on your part to do that too. Good timing for that. And then one thing I think you did leave out is it Flutasia tomorrow?
Yes.
Up in Columbus?
Yes, Flutasia actually is playing for a wedding at the Franklin Park Conservatory in the morning. So hopefully the morning time will be a little bit cooler.
And it's kind of a break this year for you because so often you're involved with Victor Jones and Ohio University Lancaster, they're doing Legally Blonde this week, and that'll be going on here. But so often you're in charge of the pit, the orchestra, and everything there. But this year you got a little break.
Exactly. We got a little bit of a break this year. They've decided that they are going to use a different kind of music this year. So hopefully, next year we'll be back. And I know several of the members that were in the pit orchestra have been doing a variety of other things. So they're doing some different musicals in different areas. But hopefully we'll all be back together, next year.
Now, those musicians that you have for Ohio University Lancaster, are those local people that you compiled to do that?
Quite a few of them are local. They've been doing this for quite some time. Some are actually members of the community band as well. And then there are some that if we need to fill in other, instrumentation, they do come from outside the area, depending on our need.
We're going to have Victor on later I'm not sure when it is next week, maybe Thursday or Friday, maybe a week from now, I'm not sure when. But we're going to have him on and talk about that. But gosh, there's a guy that's pretty wired and the perfect guy for that job out at Ohio University. I bet he is a joy to work for.
He is a joy to work for. I mean, he's really serious about what he does, and he's very good at doing it. So it's kind of different not being a part of it this year.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. One thing I wanted to talk about too, you mentioned, I believe it's a week from tomorrow, the Saturday morning across the street at the gazebo area over there in that open area. There are several groups that will be performing. You will be there with two of them. Is it called the Youth Band?
The Lancaster Summer Youth Band.
Okay, sponsored by the Community Band. Who will be following them in the concert?
I believe it should be Reynoldsburg.
Okay.
Yeah, there might be other little groups in between, but I'm not sure what that is yet.
So talk about the Youth Band a little bit. Again, sponsored by, mentored by the Community Band and you and all your folks there. These are young people, you'll give us the ages, but who are compiled from actually around the county and beyond?
Yes, they come from mostly Fairfield County, the Fairfield County schools, and then we have some that have branched out. We've got a few kids from Logan, and we've got some from Licking County and Perry County, so we've got some that come from a long distance. There are 62 members this year, and about half of them have been members before, so they're returnees. We have 14 different schools represented, and then I have 15 community band members that give of their time to participate and help during the band rehearsals, because we have a band session for a half an hour, and then they break up into smaller groups, and all my mentors are there to help them do the best they can, because the age range is anybody who just finished 5th grade, or we have somebody who just finished 4th grade, and then through 7th grade, because pretty much after that, then they start marching band at their own schools. And so it's nice that everybody just gives of their time to be there, and we've added, the last couple of years, we've added some youth students to help out as well, because they've been members and they love being a part of it, and so they've asked if they could actually participate and help the students as well.
Nice. Now, seeing as how these young people are recommended by their band directors, I suspect in most cases they're probably exceptional young people who play their instruments and they're very well and they can adapt quickly and pick this up. But how long ago did they get their music to prepare for Saturday?
Well, most of them, they got a registration form. The band directors have registrations forms that they can give out to the students. So it's up to the students whether they want to participate. So we will get the ability of the students can be from very much a beginner, and then those who have played 2 years that are pretty proficient. And they don't get their music until the very first day. So we have 7 rehearsals to learn the music. And we just teach them that if they're younger, they play what they're able to play and know when to come in. And we just help them along as much as possible.
I would imagine that just doing that for young people that's really a joy for someone like you, who is a music person, who directs young people at Fisher Catholic and other schools at all ages. Doing those young people, and in these formative years, I can remember when I started playing trumpet, like in the 3rd grade, so I was pretty young also, but golly, there's so much to learn, you just try to absorb. But I imagine as a teacher, you find that a lot of joy.
I do. I love to see them grow. I mean, you'll see them with an instrument squeaking or whatever they're going to do, but they definitely progress. And I like to see the look on their face when all of a sudden they know, it's like, I can play this.
A light bulb moment.
Oh yes, it's wonderful. I love to see everybody grow.
I would imagine for most people, when we see the festival come, we think, oh, what a fun time. We've got 9 or 10 days here of really exciting things to do. I would imagine for you it's like, oh, here we go. Not all the way, but I would imagine you don't get to see a lot of the festival events.
Quite often I don't get to see a lot of the events because I do have a busy schedule, and I don't take a vacation week to see most of these things. You know, I've already had my vacation, so.
Where do you have your band camp? Are you at the campground?
Oh, no, we do it at school.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we do ours at school.
Is that every day next week?
Yes, it's every day next week from 9 to 1.
And when is the first game? Probably, I don't know, August?
August, about the 3rd week of August, I believe. Okay. Yeah.
Kind of exciting thinking about down the future, maybe a new football field coming, and Lancaster High School, and a new school and all that. That'll be kind of a change out there, huh?
That would be wonderful, to see what happens.
All right. Judy Rare with us, who is incredibly busy with the Lancaster Festival this time of year. Judy, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Take a breather, maybe go get a sandwich, and then start your busy week. All right, thank you. Judy Rare, always a pleasure to have her on. Last night, right across the street at the gazebo and the bandstand area over there, The festival got underway. They had Chuck Prophet and the Mission Express as they came to Lancaster with songs about heartbreak and everyman heroism. Great way to start the Lancaster Festival. Chuck Prophet and the Mission Express, and a good show right across from us right here downtown, getting things underway last night for the 35th annual Lancaster Festival. So good to have them on. We'd like to thank Buckeye Lake Marina for bringing that highlight to you. If you're looking for a new boat, a great pre-owned watercraft, or a place to get parts for your boat, Buckeye Lake Marina has it all. Learn more at buckeyeLakeMarina.com. Thanks everybody up there at Buckeye Lake Marina. Show continues here on Lancaster Festival Live. It's a pleasure to have on Kimber Cato with the Fairfield County Parks. Kimber, welcome.
Thank you very much.
I believe this is the first time we've had you on here. Yes. You are media coordinator.
Yes.
For the Fairfield County Parks, and this is a busy time of the year. Not that there isn't a busy time of the year, I think, for the Fairfield County Parks. You folks have, I remember the Dave Fay days. All year long you have events going on. You're opening things, you're revising things, you're doing things. So no different now than any other time, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Tell us about one thing I was interested in. I've been reading in the paper a little bit. I think about Smeck Park up in South Baltimore, or on this side of Baltimore. Boy, you guys are putting a lot of effort and money into that.
Yes, there have been a lot of improvements to the trail. The trail used to be a dead end, and now we've extended it with steps so you can go down through the ravine and up and make a loop and come back. It's 1.5 miles now. And where the most noticeable thing is the Beck Reef House. It's a log home that is being moved The construction is almost finished. The reconstruction is almost finished, and the interior, the siding still needs to be done, and it's going to be the focal point of the park.
And do you have a date yet? Will that depend on kind of as things move along?
It does depend. Hoping for this fall, but you always run into something that puts things a little behind. But the work has gone through very well. Anyone who's been out there will see the home, the logs interior and the front will stay exposed so people can enjoy the log home. It'll be used for programs, maybe a little bit of a museum type feel if we have some period pieces in it. I think it's going to be a very nice addition to the park.
I think it'll be great too to incorporate more of Baltimore, because they're a wonderful community. Basel, Baltimore, they're a wonderful community with a lot of history up there, and they embrace that. They enjoy being part of that with the museum and things they have downtown there. So I think Baltimore, they're really going to be happy when you can get this done.
Well, we hope so. Yeah. Definitely.
I think I wanted to talk about tomorrow. It's Fair Day at the Lancaster Festival, and that means everything happens at the fairgrounds, and you'll have a booth over there manned from when to when?
From 9 to 3, and we should be just on this south side of the grandstand. We'll have a booth where children can make a craft and take home. Hoping to have animals, but it depends on the heat. We don't want a grumpy snake if it's too hot, yes. Yeah. And learn about the parks, because we have many more than just Smeck and Mamberg and Rock Mill, Steventon Park.
Maybe that's part of the challenge, because I think when people think about the Fairfield County Parks now, I think immediately what pops into your mind is the mill. Yes. That's it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's a fabulous place that has so many hours and dollars went into that, and it is wonderful. But I would imagine part of the challenge is trying to expand that knowledge a little bit and let people know we are that, but we're not only that.
Right, exactly. We have so much more. We have current, I lost my thought, sorry. Joaquina Nature Preserve is a popular favorite. We have naturalists down there with experience and knowledge to help people learn about things at the preserve. Mamberg Park is a park that will soon be open, hopefully. And of course the new things at Smeck and Steventon Park at Rock Mill. Even though, yes, we don't want to just focus on that, it's the gem. It's beautiful.
Now tell me about Brass on the Bridge. That's coming up here. The Lancaster Festival Brass Quintet, that sounds like a great deal.
Yes, last year was the first time the quintet played on the Rock Mill covered bridge, and the sound was wonderful. So it turned out surprisingly well. So I hope everyone will get to come and hear that. There will be chairs on the bridge, but you're welcome to bring your own chairs or a blanket to enjoy the music on the lawn. Anywhere. Yes. Yeah.
So that, again, I guess it went so well, let's do it again.
Yes, and we're keeping the mill open until normally we're only from 1 to 4 on the weekends with the mill open, but we'll keep it open till 7 when the music begins. So if you can't make it earlier in the day, please do come out and enjoy inside of the mill.
That would be outstanding. I mean, you're at the mill, you're in that bridge, you everything around you. The Lancaster Brass Quintet, that's a heck of a day.
Yes, it's wonderful. Oh, and a lot of people have asked us about access to the gorge. Okay. And yes, you'll be able to go down to the gorge and enjoy the view from below.
And 7 to 8:30 is the time for the Rock Mill covered bridge for all that to occur?
Yes.
Any reservations? No, just come out?
Not at all, just come out.
All right, very good. What about, I was going to talk about that too. I think if we have a minute left, got a little bit of time here. In Search of Dragons, what's that all about? It's Smeck Park.
Yes, it's a self-guided tour, or not a tour, but a search for maybe not exactly dragons, but you'll find out when you come. Go to the kiosk, pick up the information that gives you the clues on what to look for.
And again, I would just encourage everybody to go to your website. It's a great website, very interactive, lots of information there. Or you can just go to your search engine, put Fairfield County Parks in there. You come to that. Golly, you've got a busy summer ahead of you here. Good luck.
Thank you.
Sure. Kimber Cato, who is the media director for the Fairfield County Park. So looking forward to the festival out at the fairgrounds tomorrow with the booth out there. Last night at the Fairfield Christian Church, really things got underway with the festival orchestra, and it's a 35th anniversary concert. It's Celebrate America. Let's listen to a little bit of that from last night's performance. Wow, an amazing event last night out at Fairfield Christian Church, and just tremendous audio and video of that. We were watching and here it was being played. Just a tremendous crowd out there to open up the festival, and just a great evening, just a wow moment out there. And our next guest, I guess you can attest to that. Mary Snyder, president of Fairfield Federal, is here. You were there. It was a wow moment.
It was spectacular. I've never seen anything like it. They did such a good job. It's beautiful.
And we were talking about they had the 3 screens, and sometimes they sequenced them. Sometimes they were just a big panoramic view, all timed with the music and fireworks, sounds and everything. Quite an evening.
It was lovely. Yeah.
And well attended too. It was hard to get a crowd because normally they've been up at St. Mary's, of course, because of the renovation there they did out at Fairfield Christian. But a good crowd out there, and I bet everybody had a great time, was most appreciative.
Yes, very much so.
Let's talk a little bit about Fairfield Federal. Of course, this is Friday. Things really start happening here. Last night was the big grand opening, but things really start cracking today with the bandstand across the street. Now tonight is the art walk. It's going to be, if nothing, a bit warm and sunny, but we've had that before. That'll be nothing new. We've survived those. So there'll be a tremendous crowd down here, I'm sure, for this. Fairfield Federal, right in the middle of everything here. You always have a tremendous amount of artwork and things going on up there. What's happening tonight at Fairfield Federal?
Well, we have quite a few surprises here. We're fortunate enough to have 2 artists on display, both watercolor painters, Jerry Davidson, who kind of specializes in painting homes, local homes, and then also Jim Gherkin, and he has some just beautiful paintings of various locations where he's traveled, so they're both on display. We have the Pickering House and Fairhope Hospice, who will have a display of some photographs that they have taken around the Pickering House. You know how beautiful that setting is out there. So they have some beautiful photographs.
And then again, it's Art Walk tonight, so lots of things happening there. But at Fairfield Federal, I know you always give out water. That's always a good water stop up there. But this year, Fairfield Today, I'll give a little plug for us. Next week, we'll be at Fairfield Federal, and we're going to have the zoo down with us on Tuesday. That's going to be pretty exciting. But actually, the zoo is coming down twice. They'll be with you tonight.
Yes, that's right. From 7 to 8:30, they'll be in our back parking lot, and they're going to bring their friends. They'll interact with the children or whoever, and so we'll have kind of a zoo theme for the evening.
And you'll have a few snacks, a few things to hand out. What was the one you mentioned? I forget what you called it.
We have tiger tails, which are
What is that?
chocolate-covered pretzel sticks that look like tiger tails.
Very good.
Yeah.
So again, this is an exciting week, and I think it's something worth mentioning too. I forget how many places have art tonight, maybe 40. Deb has told me before, and I forget. She'll be on a little bit. She'll square me away. She always does. But this is art that you'll have not only tonight, but tonight, of course, you'll have the advantages of having Gherkin and Davidson there. They'll be able to talk to you there, and you can do that. But you'll have that art all week.
Yes, we'll have it on display throughout the festival, so it'll be here all next week. You're welcome to come in and just view the artwork.
I'll give a little plug. I think I talked about it before, Jerry Davidson. Artwork is a funny thing to me. I'm not an artist. I have no ability at all. But if I could draw, something I like is what Jerry Davidson does. So much of the, not so much, but some of the artwork I don't get. And I guess that's just me. But he and Eddie Kitchen and guys like that, and Gherkin, they do such wonderful things. And I had a commission from Jerry Davidson a few years ago. He did a home for me. Our daughter bought a house, and he did a home and did it. But golly, these guys are so talented you have up there. It's just a pleasure to look at. I guess you get all week to enjoy that.
Yes, absolutely. And I have to say, with Jerry, my husband did the same thing. He commissioned Jerry to paint our house and gave that to me as a gift, so it was a very nice surprise.
And you know he does this, and I know he just comes over, takes a picture, and then he does it. Again, to me, I'm in awe of that, because again, somebody has zero talent in that area. That's in awe. So thanks for having them up here. I think it's probably a joy to have them each and every year, and things that you look at, and I can tell when the people come into your place up there tonight or even all week, they look around and you just see them kind of, they're in awe and they shake their heads. They think it's so neat.
Well, it's fun to see the paintings of the local houses that you recognize. So it's fun to just make the connection.
You'll put the name on them and who they are and all that, and you'll see homes that are, in some cases, historic homes, but in some cases, just regular, beautiful homes that they've commissioned.
Right. Along with homes, he's also painted some various local landmarks like the courthouse, the Sherman House. So those are on display as well.
Very nice. Well, have a fun week. You and John get to many of the events during the festival?
Oh, we sure try. It's a lot of fun. We always attend the Saturday evening concerts and the Wednesday concert, as well as we enjoy the noon concerts every day. So.
I'd pay money to see John wear a parrot head. Would he wear that Wednesday night? Would he put that on? I will pay money for that.
I think if you dared him, he probably would.
That would be a bad bet, because I know John would do that, I can guarantee you. Anyway, enjoy the 35th Festival. It's going to be a wonderful time. Thanks for everything Fairfield Federal does to get involved in this, and enjoy your week here. Thanks, Mary.
Thank you so much. We're always love to support the community and feel a part of it, so we're glad to do it.
Well, for many, many years, far longer than 35, Fairfield Federal has been a real anchor downtown and just done great things right here. Thanks you again. Mary Snyder, thank you.
Thank you.
Sure. We'll be back in just a moment.
The Frank E. Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster or 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Nice to have with us the executive director of the Lancaster Festival for year number 35, and you've not been on for all 35, am I correct in that?
I have not been on for all 35.
Has it felt like it the last couple of years?
In the past 24 hours, it seems like 35 years, so yeah, I'm good.
Deb is, of course, the executive director, took over a couple of years ago, and got the whole shindig this year, and it started last night, and things going on. Gosh, I'm sure you've thought about this for a long time. It's coming, it's here. 3 weeks, 2 weeks, and now here it is, and now zero sleep.
Zero sleep, which is great because I don't sleep anyway, so that works out really well. We work really hard 50 weeks out of the year to bring these 2 weeks to our community. Last night was phenomenal. Most wonderful opening night for our orchestra we've ever had.
That was an amazing clip. That was just monstrous. Great venue out there for this too.
Great venue, really well attended. The response that we're getting back from the crowds is very positive. Everybody enjoyed themselves last night. And if you didn't get the chance to see it, Ken Culver reprised his role as Abraham Lincoln. If you've seen him in the last few months, he actually grew out Lincoln's beard, he let his hair grow out. And last night was just so moving. I'll have to say that I cried all the way through it. Even talking about it makes me want to tear up again. It was just such a phenomenal event. We also debuted the 35th anniversary piece that Nicholas Bardenay put together for us. So he gathered images, we've been working on this for a few months, gathered images from all the way back as early as 1985. Interface Video helped us scan a whole giant bucket of slides that were given to us. Never before seen photos. Those were put together and set to a piece of music with the orchestra, and it was absolutely amazing. It was a wonderful tribute to our 35 years in our Lancaster Festival Orchestra.
So 35 years begins last night, so onward and upward now. We officially start the bandstands here today and then through next week. Tomorrow, Fair Day, tomorrow night the concert. So the big weekend just really kicks it off.
Big weekend. Right now we have the Amani Children's Choir downtown for your lunchtime enjoyment. They are actually a children's choir from Uganda. They are comprised of orphans from Uganda. So they go around the country spreading the word and trying to raise funds for the orphans that are in their area and try to make their communities a better place. So we're very happy to have them, and they're singing beautifully this morning. Then, of course, on Saturday, the big deal is the weather. It's not going to rain, which is great in my book. That is a plus. However, it's going to be really, really hot. Please bring lots of water, bring shade to keep yourselves in the shade until the concert begins. It is supposed to cool off right about 8 o'clock, so by the time the concert starts, the heat index goes down a little bit more. I'm sure a lot of people are going to wait to show up a little bit later this year than what they normally do. We will have tubs of ice and water kind of placed all over the field. We'll have extra medical staff on hand if anybody's feeling lightheaded because of the heat. It's going to be a beautiful evening. The nice thing is I did just see on the National Weather Service that we're supposed to have a little bit of a breeze during the preview hours, so that little bit of air movement should help us as well.
So I guess the tenor is enjoy the concert, have a great time, but just use a little bit of common sense when you go out there. I know some people go out there way early, and if they can handle that, good for them, but don't put yourself in any distress.
Right. The cannon goes off at 5:30. The show starts at 8:15. You don't have to come out as early. We'll be there for you if you decide that you want to be there that early. It's a wonderful party atmosphere beforehand. We're really looking forward to hosting Sarah Evans. She's a phenomenal star. She loves playing with the orchestra. She's excited to be here in Lancaster. She's bringing her family with her, her 2 daughters. Her son actually plays guitar in her band. So it is a family affair for them. Her brother is in the band and is also her music director. She's really happy to be coming to such a hometown feel with such a professional orchestra to play with.
And I know Gary enjoys that someone really enjoys this time with the orchestra, because when that mix is right there, it's magic.
And you know what? I think we're going to have that magic both weeks. Both of the bands that we are bringing in, they are really well known for playing with an orchestra. And the nice thing is they're the first time in 5 years that they have been able to play with an orchestra. Their longtime conductor fell ill, and they have not played with an orchestra because they didn't want anybody else to conduct. But when they saw Gary's resume and the things that he can do, and our orchestra's professional level, they wanted to come out and play with an orchestra again. He did make the cut. He did. So we're really happy to be bringing Kansas in on the 27th. This week is really packed. We do 72 events in 10 days. This is the noontime event today is only 2 in my checkoff list, so we have a lot more to look forward to. Yes. Yes.
So at least for this week, and I'm sure we'll get a little bit of rain, we always do, but I guess heat is the thing for the immediate weekend. Take care of yourself. We don't want any issues out there tomorrow night or tonight for the art walk either. Just use some sense on there. It's going to be warm, but still great time can be had by everybody.
Oh, absolutely. As long as we take care of ourselves and make sure we have lots of water and we're ready to go, some cool towels, take breaks in the shade, everybody will be fine. There's a good time to be had by all.
Deb Connell, who is the executive director of the Lancaster Festival. Deb, we're here today, and then we're here all next week, Monday through Friday. Can we get you back on later in the week, and we'll get a real update?
Yeah, I would love to.
That'd be great. Deb Connell doing such a great job, kind of the ringmaster for the craziness that is this next week here at the Lancaster Festival. And as Deb mentioned today at the bandstand, all the way from Uganda, the Amani Children's Choir entertaining the crowd. Let's step across the street and hear from them.
Will we rejoice?
Wow, welcome back. And that clip from across the street, the Uganda Children's Choir, brought to you by your and our friends at Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events. They realize that you rely on them for making your event successful. They're family-owned and have been there for 30 years of combined experience in the event rental industry. You can check them out at personaltouchparty.com. And as just a quick aside, we thank them for this wonderful tent that they've supplied for us. A few years we didn't have it. We've had a little bit of rain, a little bit of sun, but it's nice to have it here today. So we want to thank Carol and everybody at Personal Touch Party. Change gears here, and we talk about TV. We're doing Fairfield Today live with the festival today, and then all next week will be on Monday through Friday. But we want to talk about another new TV show that's starting in just a couple of weeks, I believe. Here's Tina Thompson to talk about that. We'll call it Down Home with Tina. Is that it?
That is correct, Paul. I want to thank you so much for having me on. I'm so excited to be downtown here. It is a blessing because we do have a breeze. The tent helps out tremendously because it is hot in the sun, but I'm so thrilled. I want to thank you so much for letting me be here to talk about, the newest journey for Tina Thompson.
So Tina Thompson, are we talking early in August?
August 1st is when it'll debut at 10 a.m. right here on CLN Spectrum 1021. And what's really great and I love about the station is that we also will have the other outlets of the CLN, Hometown Network on YouTube. On YouTube, and then we'll also have the opportunity to have it on Facebook. So
I'm sure this has been a journey to get to this point. What was the thinking on, I could do this and I'd like to start this? What was the genesis of that?
You know, Paul, a long time ago, and I don't want to go into the story too much because I do want to kind of save it for my very first show, the debut show, to talk about it. But it goes way back when I was probably in my, listen to me, early 30s. Way back was early 30s.
Wow, was that last week?
Quite some time ago. And I always knew I loved to talk to people and I wanted to do something inspirational. And then it was just something that landed with radio. And then in radio, I did a daily talk show every day for 5 years, Monday through Friday, that is. And I loved it. And we got away from doing talk, the station. And then last fall, I thought, I want to get back to doing what I did before because it makes me feel so good to sit with folks and learn about the awesome things that we've got in our community. A lot of the nonprofits and things like that we have, the different organizations that they have family events and they have fundraisers for amazing causes. And a lot of times those nonprofits, they have those inspirational people behind the nonprofits. Rather, they're the creator of that nonprofit or they're somebody that they have been affected and been helped by that nonprofit. And to share the stories of that in what is Down Home with Tina is the setting is going to be very homey. And where you'll come in and you'll get treats like I'm going to give Paul today. Some kind of treat always is what I want to do because I want to make it like it is my home where, Paul, if you come in and you sit down, you feel comfortable enough to talk to me about what's going on. Rather it's home, maybe we'll find out a little bit more about them behind the scenes of what they're doing for their nonprofit as well, about them a little bit because I think that is that connection.
Well, you'll do a great job at this because if there's one thing I know about you through your time on the radio, I've had an opportunity to work some veterans events with you. You've been involved in that, and one thing I know, you're genuine, and what you mean is what you say, and what you say is what you mean. So I know this is going to be a fun show. You know a lot of people. A lot of people know you. They'll be on there. It's going to be a fun show. Just exciting. 30 minutes?
Yes, it'll be a half an hour show. Yep. And I have so far with those folks who I've talked to about it, I've gotten great feedback, Paul. Like you said, they're just like, well, that makes sense. And I'm like, well, thank you. I'm glad something makes sense for me.
So it's just another step in the journey. It was radio for a long time, and that was enjoyable. And now it's just kind of you've changed gears a little bit. Now it's going to be TV, and but still local people, local events, local nonprofits, but just local stuff.
Yeah. Paul, I have to add that anybody that's got a dream, I honestly can say years ago, back before radio, I did want to do TV, but I knew then in my heart it wasn't something I was ready to do. I had to have those special things take place in my life, and I call them special because radio was something huge and special for me to learn from and gain that experience, to be able to get on camera and be comfortable enough to just even sit here with you today and share with you what's happened.
Well, it's going to be fun, exciting. Gosh, you're getting goosebumpy even talking about it. I know that, but you'll do such a good job with that. I mean, you're just the right person, the right personality for that. So it's going to be a fun journey to watch. What now? Where you told us where it would be. If somebody wants to be a guest on there in the future, do they contact you? How would that happen?
Yep, downhomewithtina@gmail.com. I also have my Facebook page, which is Down Home with Tina as well. Very positive. I've always been one to share positive messages, and I wanted to bring more positivity because you have a very positive show, Paul, and I wanted to bring more of that here into society, because I do feel, unfortunately, that it's not something that we have. I do have to admit, I don't really listen to a whole lot of news, and I don't watch a whole lot of TV because I've always been one to seek out it. So why not make it and have it there for folks?
Well, you'll do a great job. Good to have you on the TV landscape. We need more good shows. Yours will be one of them. Going to be great fun to have you on. So best of luck August 1st. And what was the email address again?
downhomewithtina@gmail.com.
All right, Tina Thompson with us. It's called Down Home with Tina. You can find it on where you're watching now on the network. It's on YouTube. Tina Thompson at gmail.com. Was that it?
Down Home with Tina.
Down Home with Tina. Okay, so that'd be a great place to talk. She's got it coming up here in August. We're looking forward to that. Let's take a look at the calendar now, brought to you by Walker Shoe Center. They're a true sit-down, get your feet measured shoe store at 737 East Main Street here in Lancaster. Now tonight, of course, we discussed that. We've got the art walk, and actually right now, there's a clip of some of the people out here. They're doing the chalk work on. They've had some rain issues, but they're doing it now. The sidewalks are going to be beautiful with all this chalk work going on. Also, it's Yours for the Taking, Whiskey Business, and Zoo Trippin'. They'll perform on the Zane Square concert stage, and that begins at 6 o'clock. So as Deb Connell just told us, there's lots going on, and it's just getting underway. Now tonight also is the candlelight concert that starts at First United Methodist Church. That's following the art walk up there at 9 p.m. Saturday is the festival fair day from 9 to 3 at the fairgrounds. And of course, the big night that Deb talked about, Sarah Evans with the Lancaster Festival Orchestra. That's tomorrow night out at Ohio University, and that begins at 8:15. And again, just remember, be cautious about that. Use some sense. Be well hydrated as you go out there. Sunday, Ohio University and the Wagner Theater presents Legally Blonde. We talked a little bit about that. Victor, it's Legally Blonde, the musical. They'll have 2 shows at 2 and 7. So we'd like to thank you for watching our first day of Lancaster Festival Live down here. We're here today, and then all next week, starting at noon each and every day, 12 o'clock right here. We'll have some great guests, great people on. Be a lot of fun, and kind of keep up to date on the whole Lancaster Festivals. They're well in now into their 35th year. So thank you for joining us, and you can find us at Spectrum Cable, channel 1021. We're going to Interface Video Facebook page, and you can click on the live link. So thank you for joining us. Lancaster Festival Live. We'll see you next Monday.
Fairfield Federal, in cooperation with Interface Video, presents the Lancaster Festival, live from downtown Lancaster. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan makes it easy to take control of your personal finances and build your wealth. You can access your accounts 24/7 with online banking, bill paying, and debit MasterCard. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, checking, savings, and home loans, online and on the go. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Also brought to you by Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, Walker Shoe Center, Buckeye Lake Marina, South Central Power, the Fairfield County Parks, Fairhope Hospice and Palliative Care, Dagger Johnston, Miller, Ogilvy, and Hampson, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Ohio University Lancaster, the Frame Shop, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.